through like the campaign.
Oh,
Something two.
I was thinking Fate Binder.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay, there you go. There, I got you.
Yep, that's it. Nailed it. Oh, I thought it was two. I made that up completely.
You might have seen like the two like icons of the Overlord from Tyranny and thought that was like the number two. I could see that.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, you could be here. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
You're with Lord Matthias at this point.
So as this has been
Damn right
happening,
she is.
we had talked about kind of what y'all's intent was up here. Matthias says more people have gathered, room has become scarce. You bring them to an old chamber, one that was not really supposed to be seen by non-druids.
But these are desperate
But
times.
yet, right, at these standing stones, this is where business can be most official. Where you walk in, you can tell this was once so much greater to all of you. But in the midst of this well, you see a massive stone outcropping. It doesn't look like it was made with a artisanal level of craft, but one that was meant to convey the power of the earth beneath it. A standing stone to which is etched many, many events that have occurred, that which was important to the conclave. In this place, you believe there is business to be done. So, Lord Matthias, as the, well, what's the
Host.
correct word? Host? What exactly do you say?
I bid you all welcome to these long, ancient halls. This is not normally a place I bring anyone, especially people not of a druidic capability. But nonetheless, these are trying times, and there's much to discuss. So I see no
Nods.
better place to do it than in front of the Wellspring Wieldstone. Let us discuss the future. Of course.
Elaine's still nursing his hand that is in the slow process of regeneration in the Dustlands. Just looks. These are trying times, Lord Matthias. Surely you understand that. I only mean to say that if these are not matters concerning food and shelter, should they be the priority?
It is moments like these that make or break a cause, your lordship. Food and water are important, critically so, I'm aware. But we cannot let people resolve themselves to their base and primal instincts. We're better than that. And having plans for the future, that is pivotal in ensuring we all maintain our humanity, lest we fall victim in more than one way to the Dusklands. So let's discuss the future of the refugees, and dare I say, of the North itself.
You see the black-clad noble with the spiked helm take his helmet off and set it down. He has a shaggy raven dark hair and an unwashed face that has seen much battle, with stubble covering the majority of it. He puts his hands down. And what would you suggest?
I would suggest conveyance. My noble house cannot hold these people forever, nor do I think it's suitable to become a fortress. 'Tis a noble house hidden, more than defended. And least of all, just for Eisen, having a sister of light, honor as it is, does attract attention, and I will not have holy blood be shed in my family's home.
You see this younger man just slam his gauntleted fist on the stone. The Templars out there, wolves running, and colossuses that walk. If we do not... He pauses. Even the walls we had were not enough to hold them at bay.
Precisely
Do you mean
my
for us
point.
to hold?
I mean quite the opposite. We must find a way to get all these people out of here, past the wolves and the giants, and hoping this council might determine one such way. These are our people. We owe them our all in keeping them safe. So what do we have? Resources, assets, allies. What do we have?
Peregrine will speak up from behind, and assuming that Blackbird's previous men haven't all been entirely wiped out. I'm assuming that. I'm sure she would have verified. She'll bring that to the table. We've still got the Rebellion Alliance from before Blackbird's people. I'm sure they'd be more than willing to help.
He nods. 78 strong men. Ready to fight.
Nod back.
You see the older Lord Fontaine just side glance at. What, have they ever fought something like this? No, I think not.
Question: how many men would Warlord Zane still have at this point?
That would be a great question. Would you have brought the bulk of your legion here?
I feel like not the bulk of them, definitely a sizable force at least.
Absolutely. Okay. Roll me
Oh no.
2d100
Okay.
plus 49.
Higher is better.
Gotta get used to this new keyboard placement. There we go.
Oh, 99!
Mamma mia.
Hey,
Oh,
Nice.
yo!
Alright, now drop the highest.
Now take away that 49, actually.
In fact, why don't we just take away one of the digits of the 22?
So those were the total you came with. 22 would be your losses, giving you 148. Is my math right?
148, yeah.
So
shocking
yes,
minimal.
That's pretty good.
Warlord Zane will speak up. My men's losses were fairly minimal. I still have 170 that'll help in any way we can.
You see Lord Elaine just like rub at his chest a second. That's a lot of hobgoblins.
All the better for our purposes.
It's true what they say of your people.
Depends on what they say.
They say they muster the finest legion one could offer. Any freestanding army would be made better by having a hobgoblin commander at its head.
Now that's definitely true.
Based.
Based. Yes.
Based.
Jurgen's like, of course he would say that. Why would you ask him? Of course he's
Yeah.
gonna say that. I'm not arguing, but I'm just saying.
So,
We have several watchmen here. We are experienced with the way these creatures operate, how they should be fought, tactics utilized, and how to best circumnavigate their advantages.
wolves are numerous, but they can't be quelled by our number. The more unique creatures, though, that will certainly be where we need your help. 200 strong. Some more leaned in the ways of open battle. Others in more quiet ways. Looks at Blackbird like looks at his all black drip. We will need both.
He just has this look like, yeah, I'm swagged out, I know it.
Like, yeah, you jealous, you jealous.
We also have two Sisters of Lights here, one of them being a white maid. That sort of arcane potency cannot be underestimated. You see Aislinn sort of like do a huff purse of her lips at that, like, you sure about that?
Like out of doubt.
That's interesting, Doran, because if I'm not mistaken, you turned the sky upside down on the way here. So I would count that number as 3.
Should we need divine aid or to turn the sky upside down, I'm sure we'll have great use. I speak perhaps in ignorance, sister, but would it be possible for you to merely teleport all of us, or all those that would leave?
Face goes stark. It would not. Even a small distance incurs a mighty risk.
I say. Then forget I asked. If I also pull out like a map, I guess this isn't really a table. It's like a big stone, but he'll pull out a map and still review it himself.
Here, can hold it up for you. She can fly.
Miles of forestry lay between us and Almira. A river to Megval. Megval will be shorter though. And perhaps with the use of magics, we might be able to traverse the water quickly, safely.
That we can do, Lord Matthias.
Excellent. We need only a causeway from here to the river. And of course, securing the other side. Looks out, Lane. Would you perhaps be able to contact members of the Lord's Alliance in Magval? Perhaps they might be able to send assistance, meet us halfway on the other side.
He reaches into his collar and produces a necklace. This has been passed down for generations in my family. It is able to contact those as long as you know them. I don't have many contacts. This duty was never meant to be mine, but one I had to mantle nonetheless.
And given how many people have survived under your leadership, given all the catastrophes that have beset you, I would say you've done a good enough job. Let us repeat the feat.
So is your plan to make for Megvor?
I do not like the water. The water is different there. But it is faster, and from the sounds of it, safer than traversing through miles upon miles of forest-rich swampland. The wolves are nearby, but there are other things out there in the duskland south of here that are worse. People might get picked off.
But the herd survives.
But the herd survives. But in both cases, the herd might survive.
Most of our forces will be at a stark disadvantage in the waterways. But traveling towards the light is always safer than traveling away from it.
Especially in company of two sisters of light.
You see Lord Fontaine just rub his chin. We have individuals with us that make for the most excellent scouts. We could get a quick lay of the land. See if there's any merit to taking a terrestrial-based approach.
Perhaps it is selfish of me to make this request, but I'll make it nonetheless. Send out the scouts, but only if they all make it back. Enough blood has been lost.
You see young Lord Elaine just get a proud smile. These scouts we sent, I promise you, they lived between the teeth of Dark Ones but were not yet found.
Whom do you speak of?
Our people were not the first to Lake Mirror. It was a great city before we made it there, but we know people that live there. The first people who adapted to being under the heel of Dark Ones. Their senses are keen, and their footsteps are silent.
You speak of the light-footed refugees, the pale ones.
Correct. I promise you, there's no finer scouting force.
He holds up a hand like fucking King of Jerusalem style. Say no more. Their skill is commendable. And all the times I've passed by Lake Mary, I thought the town dead. Testament to their ability to stay quiet and undetected. Very well. Let us see what lies beyond the wolves.
My lords, I would be remiss if I did not mention this at such a time. Doran leans forward. In this part of the world, you may not have seen it, but there is a declaration of war by the principalities and powers that be of the dark.
The dark has no principalities.
As you say, my lord, but the declaration stands nonetheless.
Fair.
They've promised that waves of unending darkness will come within the year's time.
A year. And you make mention of this now. For what reason?
You spoke previously about there were others of your order. Other children, other druids.
Aye. You mean to rally them?
If the dark is preparing for its final attack, I would rather that we met it united.
Agreed. I'll get into contact with them later. I'll be using this room to do that. But know that in a year's time, Mother Nature will not back down nor go quietly into the night. Taps a thumb on his breastplate, then throws the same thumb at Peregrine. We're here to make sure of that. Speaking of, I haven't seen Jillian since we began our trek up here, and her quest to find Ken. Where is she? Looks at Peregrine like, where is she? Where is she?
You thought he was keeping track of her.
She looks at you, and behind the mask, you can't see her expression, but she stares for a second. With all due respect, your lordship, I thought you were watching her.
Looks at Lord Fontaine. Before you send your scouts out, let us try to locate Jillian. Perhaps her varmint kin might have some ideas already.
I can go looking for her as soon as we're done.
Excellent.
As you see fit, we are guests in your home after all.
Guest in my home, yet allies by my side.
My lord, that brings up one more topic then.
Speak it.
We are allies united. Legions, soldiers, survivors, sisters, watchmen, children, nobles, and Cathars. That is too many names, my lord. Should it not be made simple?
I understand your rationale, though I'm afraid to say I'm not the creative nor vocally inspiring sort.
You see him wave his hand and produce cloth from it. People rally to ban us, my lord. If we give them something to unite in, we might see their greatness.
Hmm. Runs his hand through the water of this like basin that the stone's in. From these wall springs does much life here in the north come forth. From this wellspring do the rivers start. Here in the north. I would like to honor that. I'm not a poetic man. What of the North River Alliance? Rivers. For there are many.
See,
I like
he
it.
looks around. I think it suits us.
We take our leave now, but we will be back. We will reclaim all of this. Perhaps after a year.
Then we'll see to the task set. You see him pause.
What is it?
Waits a few seconds.
Looks at Aizen like, is he okay?
Door. Oh, sending.
Ah. Rather inopportune time. Better be good. Looks at camera.
Little does he know, it's the best.
I love doing comedic irony.
Lord, I believe reinforcements have arrived.
So suddenly. Don't tell me another metal beast is coming out here. Hopefully you do a better job landing it this time.
The manner of arrival is beyond me, but we will find out shortly.
Very well then. Let us go greet our reinforcements. And Peregrine, do keep an eye out for Jillian.
On it.
As you say that, you just see Aislinn like reach her hand over her breast to her chest and is like, just
Is all well, Sister Aislinn?
feels like my heart's nearly beating out of my chest.
Hold on.
She looks back. What have they gotten themselves into?
Oh, so 'tis not mere anxiety. It is a
You know-
magical force.
I feel like there's nothing near about it.
What is the Haggleforian phrase? Touche.
Tucci.
Tucci. Tucci. Blackbird would be like, hey, that's where I got this.
Touche.
Douche.
Touche.
Wait, hang on.
Hold on.
Why are
Oh,
they
I know
said
that one.
differently? Is there like is that like a little tilde over top the E in touche?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one.
As
Begin.
you begin to take your leave,
I'm just like waiting on like a map, a map change or something.
I'm more on it, my friend.
Okay,
There we go.
Okay, how do I move?
As you
No purple.
make your way out,
If I don't find this magic door in the next 15 seconds, I'm just gonna use magic to find it.
I feel that would be counterintuitive, and it would probably fight back.
It was a lot better when that we were just getting let in and not sitting out here.
I mean, I guess we could try knocking. It's a noble house, right?
Bradford just steps on the ground like really hard to make a knocking. It's like, hello? Hello?
As you say that, Poya's just like, wee brother, why don't you go and keep it down? You don't got magic that you can get to get an invite in. Are you trying to summon the wolves?
That's a good point. He taps a little quieter. Hello?